There are few names that still burn through the walls of time like Nietzsche. He didn't whisper criticisms. He struck at the very foundation of everything society calls good, holy, and true. And he did it with a sword forged in unbearable honesty. While others polished the surface of morality, Nietzsche shattered it. He looked into the soul of humanity and refused to look away. Even when what he saw was terrifying, he dared to say what others feared to even think, that morality, your sacred sense of right and wrong, is not a divine truth. It is a prison, a chain designed not to uplift humanity but to tame it. In his masterpiece, Beyond Good and Evil, Nietzsche exposed the brutal, merciless truth. What we call virtue is often cowardice dressed in gold. What we call evil is often raw, unfiltered power, feared, hated, and misunderstood. He did not seek to destroy meaning, he sought to set it free, to tear morality out of the hands of the herd and return it to the wild, untamed spirit of the individual. This was not rebellion for rebellion's sake. This was a call to rebirth. Esam Farasad moves a call for you to stand naked before the ruins of inherited lies and to forge your own values, your own truth. Not because someone told you what was right, but because you chose it in the fierce fires of your own becoming. Nietzsche knew this path would not be easy. It would tear you from the comfort of belonging. It would exile you from the safety of the herd. It would demand you suffer and survive, but it would also give you something no one else could. Freedom. Real, terrifying, unstoppable freedom. And that, to Nietzsche, was worth everything. The death of conventional morality. Why good and evil are just illusions of the weak. From the moment you were born, you were wrapped in 1,000 invisible threads. Threads woven from words like good, bad, right, and wrong. You were taught to bow to them, to build your life around them, without ever questioning where they came from or who they truly serve. Nietzsche pulled the curtain back, or they wanted it to be. And what he revealed was merciless. Morality was not born from truth, it was born from weakness. The rules you were told to obey were crafted by the powerless, the fearful, those who could not rise by strength, so they shackled strength with guilt. They painted ambition as pride. They painted defiance as sin. They painted survival as evil. Not because it was wrong, but because it was danger. They feared the powerful, so they demonized power itself. Nietzsche called this the slave morality, a morality that glorifies meekness, obedience, submission, not because these are virtues, but because they protect the weak from the strong. In Beyond Good and Evil, Nietzsche wrote, "Whatever is done from love always occurs beyond good and evil. True action, true will, true creation is too vast, too wild, too real to be contained by shallow labels of good and evil." When you look deeper, you see morality is not about truth, it is about control. It is about making you doubt your instincts. It is about making you apologize for your power. It is about teaching you to neuter yourself, to dim your fire so that you are easier to rule. The death of conventional morality is not the loss of meaning, it is the rebirth of meaning. It is the terrifying, exhilarating moment when you realize that you are not here to serve the old gods of guilt and fear. You are here to create your own values, carved from your blood, your suffering, your deepest truth. To go beyond good and evil is to refuse to be tamed, to reclaim the raw, burning center of your existence. Not as a servant of morality, but as its master. And once you awaken to this, you can never go back. The will to power, the invisible force driving every human soul. Beneath every polite conversation, beneath every trembling act of love, charity, or sacrifice, there pulses a hidden, feral energy. Nietzsche saw it. He named it the will to power. Not the will to survive, not the will to be happy. The will to expand, to dominate, to rise. You have felt it. Even if you were taught to fear it, that electric surge when you succeed, that quiet, ruthless hunger when you are challenged, that dark, thrilling joy when you assert yourself and the world bends around you. This is not evil, this is life itself. Nietzsche shattered the comforting lie that humans are driven by goodness, fairness, or reason. No. At the core of your being is something rawer, something truer, the drive to express your force upon the world, the drive to grow stronger, larger, freer. He wrote, "My idea is that every specific body strives to become master over all space and to extend its force." Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every virtue you cling to, it all flows from this primal will, hidden even from yourself. The will to power wears 1,000 masks. It hides behind compassion. It cloaks itself in sacrifice. It even disguises itself as humility. But behind every act, it hungers not to surrender, but to overcome. The tragedy? Most never realize this. Most live and die pretending they are motivated by duty or love or principle, never daring to face the glorious, brutal truth. You were not born to serve, you were born to ascend. But this force can either make you a master or a slave to your unconscious drives. If you deny it, it controls you in the shadows. If you recognize it, you seize it in your own hands, and with it, shape a destiny beyond anything morality ever dared promise. The will to power is not cruelty, it is creation. It is life's deepest affirmation of itself. It is the silent fire inside you, waiting for you to finally stop running from who you are. The question is not whether you have the will to power. The question is whether you will finally awaken it, or die dreaming. The tyranny of herd mentality, how society crushes the strong to protect the weak. You were not born to be part of the herd. You were born howling, a force of nature, sovereign and wild. But almost from the moment you took your first breath, the world began its work. To break you, to tame you, to teach you to kneel. Society does not serve the strong. It does not reward the fierce, the brilliant, the untamed. It fears them. Because the strong, the truly strong, make the herd tremble. They question what others obey. They destroy what others cling to. And so the herd conspires not through open violence, but through something far worse. Shame, guilt, isolation. They dress mediocrity as virtue. They call blind obedience goodness. They call fierce individuality evil. The goal is simple: crush the exceptional before they can threaten the comfort of the masses. Friedrich Nietzsche, in Thus Spoke Zarathustra, said it with brutal clarity. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. The herd does not hate you because you are evil. They hate you because you remind them of their own cowardice. They chose safety, you chose danger. They chose comfort, you chose becoming. They chose the known, you chose to leap into the abyss. And nothing terrifies them more than the mirror you hold up to their faces. To survive this, you must understand. Society will not applaud your greatness. It will demand your apology for daring to exist at all. You will be called arrogant. You will be called dangerous. You will be called wrong. And if you are weak, you will believe them. You will amputate your own soul just to be loved by people who fear you. But if you are strong, truly strong, you will understand that you were never meant for their approval. You were meant to stand alone. The herd cannot follow you where you are going. It was never supposed to. Your path is the mountain, the storm, the sky that burns with stars beyond their reach. You are not here to belong. You are here to become. Beyond good and evil, becoming the creator of your own values. If you have the courage to tear yourself free from the herd, if you have shattered the lies of morality built to enslave you, then you stand at the edge of a terrifying, magnificent cliff. Freedom, true soul-scorching freedom. But freedom is not peace. It is not comfort. It is not the lazy drifting of a life lived by borrowed truths. It is a furnace. It demands that you become what few ever dare, the creator of your own values. Nietzsche, with the savage clarity few could match, declared, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." If you do not craft your own why, the world will force-feed you theirs, and you will die a ghost, chained to ideas you never chose, buried under the ruins of dreams that were never truly yours. Going beyond good and evil is not about lawlessness. It is about authorship. It is about forging meaning, not from obedience, but from raw existence, from your struggle, your triumphs, your blood. You become the blacksmith of your own soul. You hammer your own laws into existence. You become, in Nietzsche's immortal words, the poet of your life. But this path is merciless. You cannot hide behind excuses. You cannot blame gods, governments, or fate. If you fail, it is yours. If you succeed, it is yours. There is no safety here, only the wild, howling glory of a life carved by your own bloody hands. The weak will call you insane. The fearful will call you evil. The lost will call you arrogant. Let them. They scream because they cannot follow you into the blinding forge where gods are made. You are not here to be good. You are not here to be accepted. You are here to live so fiercely, so honestly, that even death cannot erase you. You are here to be your own lawgiver, your own creator, your own flame, beyond good and evil. There is only the roar of a soul that belongs to no one but itself, and it is waiting for you to claim it. Awaken the higher man within you. There is a voice inside you, faint, fierce, forgotten. It is not the voice that seeks comfort, safety, or approval. It is the voice that demands you rise. The voice that remembers what you once were and what you could still become. Nietzsche called to this voice. He named it the higher man, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd, the one who refuses the shallow waters of the herd. The one he wrote. Man is a rope stretched between the animal and the overman, a rope over an abyss. Thus spoke Zarathustra. You were not born to crawl. You were born to walk that terrible rope, to risk everything for the chance to create yourself anew. The higher man is not found in comfort. He is not found in obedience. He is not found in empty applause. He is found in the moment you face your deepest fears, your darkest instincts, your most brutal truths, and you refuse to flinch. He is found in the moment you abandon the life built for you and begin the ruthless, sacred work of building yourself. You will be alone. You will be misunderstood. You will be hated, but you will be alive. You will belong to yourself in a way most men never even dream of. This path is not for everyone. It is not supposed to be. It is for the few who would rather burn with the fire of their own becoming than rot in the safety of the herd. It is for the few who are willing to tear down everything false inside them, even if it costs them their peace, even if it costs them their past, even if it costs them the love of those who cannot follow. To awaken the higher man within you is to stand naked before the abyss and to smile. It is to say, I will not kneel, I will not beg, I will not live someone else's dream. I will rise, I will become, I will forge my soul in the flames of my own will. The call has already been sounded. Now the only question that remains is, will you answer it?